Welcome everyone to Roden Field on the campus of Martinsville High School as the 5-4 Martinsville Artesians play host to the 2-5 Cougars from Bloomington North High School in a non-conference battle on the MHS Rewind YouTube channel, IHSAA TV, and WREP 15 Sports. Good evening, everyone. I'm Eric Meyer, and I'm joined alongside by my broadcast partner, Maddox Dilly. And after a nearly 2-hour delay for lightning in the area, we are ready for some Friday Night Lights softball style. Maddox, the Artesians, set to take the field after a mid-state conference sweep this past week over Greenwood.
That's right. The Artesians beat Greenwood on Tuesday 13-7 and won 14-3 in 5 innings on Wednesday. The Artesians pounded out 16 hits, and Addison Massey-Deckard picked up her first win, striking out 2.
In the opposing dugout tonight, it's the Bloomington North Cougars who fell to Terre Haute South last night at home 13-10.
That's right. We talked to North head coach Jeff Aiken today, and he said it was a typical game for his ball club this season. They hit well and scored a ton of runs, but they also gave up a bunch of runs and struggled at times to field the ball. Natalie Burns is North's top hitter. She went 3 for 4 last night with a home run and 3 RBIs. And Caitlin Higgins went 2 for 5 with a homer and 5 RBIs. Pitcher Kendall Fights had 6 strikeouts in 4 innings pitched and gave up 8 runs, but only 4 of those were earned.
We are set to go. We'll get the lineups here in just a moment. And we'll get a rundown for both ball clubs as well. After this first pitch from Chloe Huff, it's in there for a strike. 0-1, now the count. Stepping in from the right side is Kaylin Higgins, the center fielder. Pitch missing, 1-1 the count. You get a look at Chloe Huff there. Chloe, 4.76 ERA. Coming in 3-3 on the season, 23 strikeouts, 13 walks, and 48 hits allowed in 32 1/3 innings pitched thus far on the season. Surrendered 28 runs. 22 of those have been earned. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to the leadoff hitter for the North Cougars, Kaylin Higgins. Change up that time by Huff, and Higgins way out in front of her. Count will remain 0-2.
Caitlin Higgins, the center fielder, has a batting average of .333 with 1 home run, 2 doubles, 8 RBIs, and 6 runs scored.
Count remains 1-2. Huff on the outside gets the strikeout. 1 away here in the top of the first frame.
Our next batter, the first baseman, number 6, Molly Fight.
So Huff with the strikeout, her 24th of the season.
It's Kendall Fights.
And it'll bring up Kendall Fight. First pitch, I'm not sure where that one went, but we'll wait and see.
Correction at the plate, Kendall Fight.
Kendall Fights, the first baseman, has a batting average of .417 with a triple, 4 doubles, 7 RBIs, and 6 runs earned.
2-1 now the count to the number 2 hitter, Fight, the first baseman. Change up again, fouled off.
2-2 the count now for fights. And we talked to Coach Aiken before the game, and he said that his team was a very good hitting team. They score a lot of runs, but their fielding is questionable because they give up too many runs as Kendall Fight strikes out there. Great pitch from Chloe Huff.
So the second out of the inning.
Our next batter, the catcher, Natalie Burns.
And it'll bring up Nat Burns for the Bloomington North Cougars.
Natalie Burns, the catcher, has a .636 batting average with 3 home runs, 2 doubles, 12 RBIs, and 7 runs earned. As that pitch from Chloe Huff is in there for a strike, 0-1 the count for Nat Burns.
Huff doing a nice job of painting that outside corner as Ava Pemberton sets up on the outside. She hits the mitt, and the umpire says it's for a strike, but that looked like a little bit off the plate. We'll take it, though, here. Next pitch, back up the middle, ground ball. Gallion on to first, and that will do it for the top of the first inning. We'll head to the bottom half. Bloomington North, nothing. Martinsville coming to bat.
3 up, 3 down.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Don't do that.
We'll get the scoreboard updated here. Bottom of the first inning now. We'll go for the Artesians, and Maddox Dilly will run over our lineup.
Do up for the Artesians 1, 2, and 3. Batting first, it's the shortstop, number 3, Holly Gallion. After her, it's the third baseman, number 7, Ave Scholl.
Shortstop, number 3, Holly.
Then it's the DP, number 16, Carson Pruitt.
What happened with the first hitter, Mr. Craigie, for them? What did their first hitter do last inning?
Struck out.
Looking or swinging? Okay.
Second, looking.
And then
A 6-3.
First pitch fouled off by Holly Gallion. 0-1 the count for her. The senior Holly Gallion has a .310 batting average with 2 doubles, 3 RBIs, and 13 runs earned.
Also 9 stolen bases, by far leading the ball club in that category as well. So if she gets on base, a threat to steal. Ground ball to the shortstop who backs up. Ella Piercy on to first, and there's one away.
Number 7, Ave Scholl.
Next up, the third baseman, number 7, Ave Scholl, a freshman. First pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1 the count.
Abe Scholl, like you said, a great start to her freshman season, fouls it off. Limited plate appearances, but the .556 average, home run 4 knocked in, 5 runs scored. Pretty impressive for the Artesian, who's playing third base here. Believe it's a 1-1 count. Is that what we got here? 1-2, and that changeup on the outside part of the plate. A ringer up. Out number 2 here in the bottom of the first inning.
Carson Pruitt.
And that'll bring up Carson Pruitt.
Carson Pruitt, the designated player, has a .312 batting average with 3 home runs, 2 doubles, 12 RBIs, and 6 runs earned for the senior.
Leads the Artesians in the home run and RBI category for head coach Caleb Britton. Pitch in the dirt, 2-0. The Cougars went down in order in the top of the first inning. A couple of strikeouts by Artesian starter Chloe Huff. First 2 Artesians been retired here in the bottom of the first inning of the game. 2 hours late in getting started. Carson fouls that off, 2-1 the count. Weather in the area, we've got a few sprinkles here. That's it. About 4 o'clock, a storm came in for about 5 minutes, got our cameras wet. Hopefully everything's okay with them. So if we have some technical difficulties, that may be why. They were outside in the rain before we got back here. Kids set them up during the day. But we're set to go here, and Friday Night Lights will happen. The lights actually on here at Roden Field, and I was talking with the kids and some others around here. I don't remember the last time they've had night softball here at Roden Field, or that we've covered night softball here at Roden Field. I'm sure it's been recently, but I don't recall us being here to do any. But it's kind of a cool atmosphere if the darkness sets in and the lights have to take hold at Roden Field. But we'll see if we get to that here this evening. The first top of the first here thus far in the bottom half, going pretty quickly. And speaking of pretty quickly, that's Carson Pruitt up the top of the fence. Nearly got that one out of here, and it will be a double for Carson Pruitt.
The right fielder, Addison Massey Decker.
Great hit by Carson Pruitt, giving her 3rd double on the year. She was now at second. Next up to bat, we have right fielder Addison Massey Decker, who picked up her first win last game versus Greenwood. As she lines one to third base, she will be out at first.
That's a big-time play there by the shortstop, Ella Piercy. It goes off the glove of the third baseman, able to corral it, throw it on to first in time. Kendall fights, squeezes it, and that will do it for the bottom of the first inning. The Artesians get a 2-out double. She is stranded. We will head to the top of the second. No score.
Don't do that.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
First pitch on the outside by Chloe Huff, in there for a strike as we begin the top of the second inning.
Up to bat, we have number 33, Alyssa Fry, the designated player. Up next, we'll have the third baseman, number 27, Cadence Silvers. Then it's the pitcher, number 3, Molly Klein.
Artesian pitcher Chloe Huff, we mentioned, coming in 3-3 on the season, 4.76 ERA. Now, 25 strikeouts after the 2 in the top of the first inning. The Artesian infield looks like this. Ava Pemberton at catcher, first base Elena Lambert, Pacey Lewis at second, third baseman tonight Ave Scholl, the shortstop Holly Gallion. The outfield from left to right, Aubrey Shepard, Jada Montgomery, and Addison. Massey, Decker, roll up, strikeout number 3 for the senior Chloe Huff, and other looking. 3 strikeouts and 4 batters thus far, and there's one away here in the top of the second inning.
Next up to bat, we got the third baseman, number 27, Cadence Silvers. First pitch of ball there from Chloe Huff. Cadence Silvers has a .238 batting average with 1 double, 2 RBIs, and 7 runs earned.
Chloe missing a little bit inside, 2-0 the count. If you're just tuning in, expecting to see the end of this contest, it got started about 2 hours late. Lightning delay in the air as we watched storms that kind of went north and south of here. Blew up to the east, kind of odd that happens, and those storms were traveling northwest, but kind of just missed us. Got a few drops of rain, but the lightning in the area forced the delay. And now we are set to play some non-conference softball on a Friday night. Probably will be under the lights. Pitch lifted up on the infield. High. Pacey Lewis squeezes it. Out number 2.
Now batting number 3, Molly Klein.
Next up, the right-hander, Molly Klein.
Molly, the pitcher, and we went out to set the cameras up prior to the game, and her and one of her teammates wanted to do a YouTube show right there on the spot, man.
I think it was
pretty
her catcher,
good.
Nat Burns.
Yeah, it was. And it was pretty good, man. They had it down. I don't know if they have one together, but maybe they should, because they had the intro down and ready to go. But having some fun prior to the game. Love to see that.
Molly Klein, the senior, has a .208 batting average with 1 double, 1 RBI, and 5 runs earned.
A little bit behind here on the count. Wait to see if the umpire give me a count here in a second. Foul back. That's a couple of strikes. Maddox still.
Yep.
The reflexes are good, though.
Thank you.
I mean, it's
Appreciate
not
that.
like the ball's hitting the fence and then like it's a beat,
It
and
is-
then you're reacting. You're like reacting as it's coming towards you. So that's good.
it comes back here fast. I know there's a cage in front of me. There's a window in front of me. I'm not going to get hurt. But, I mean, you never know.
But especially since you are a center, it's good to know that
Yep,
you've got
exactly.
pretty good
Yep.
reflexes.
I got my
We
hands
actually
right up
got your
there.
hands
Yep.
right up there. That's good.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's the positive we'll take away from it. Believe we're at a 2-2 or loaded count, full count here, but we'll wait and see. Sorry, we do not have a scoreboard working, but the lights are. And a nice pitch by Chloe Huff, who turns around, grabs the rosin bag, puts it in her mitt, and will stroll to the Artesian dugout, having struck out 4 of the first 6 she has faced. We will head to the bottom of the second inning here at Roden Field, Martinsville, and Bloomington North knotted up at 0 apiece.
Back here at Roden Field, bottom of the second inning, we had a line drive from the pitcher Chloe Huff at the third baseman. Looked like it hit her ankle and bounced off. Chloe Huff will be safe at first, and she will have a pinch runner, courtesy runner, Ava Ennis.
Coming to bat, number 5, Pacey Lewis.
One pitch, one base runner for the Artesians. The courtesy runners, 4 pitchers and catchers. Get a look there at the catcher for Bloomington North, and that's the player really that people talk about. And you'll see when she's batted once already, 636 on the season.
That's pretty impressive.
Pretty impressive. She grounded out to Holly Gallion her first time up, but does a nice job behind the plate. Pacey Lewis checks the armband, and the coaches will give a series of numbers, and the one there was for sacrifice bunt attempt that time. And so then the players look down on their wristband, and there's a corresponding what they're supposed to do there. Pacey closes it back up, and now we'll get ready to go. And what it kind of has eliminated that old school where they used to give signs and what's the indicator and what's all that kind of stuff going. So it's streamlined it a little bit. That's swing away, and that's exactly what Pacey Lewis does. She finds the gap. Ennis has good speed, but will not test the arm of the second baseman, Jocelyn Parrish. Will stay there with nobody out as well. Don't want to make that first out at home. So Pacey Lewis doubles to the gap. Runners on second and third for the Artesians here in the bottom of the second inning. And that'll bring up Elena Lambert.
Elena Lambert, the junior, has a .500 batting average with 4 doubles, 6 RBIs, and 11 runs scored.
Ennis that time thought about coming home. Lambert, though, kind of stayed in the batter's box. Didn't get out of the way. Nat Burns quickly from her spot behind the plate to gather that. And Molly Klein came home. And so Ennis stays put at third. 1-0. Lambert out in front of it, fouls it off of her foot, and that looks like it hurt. 1-1 now the count. Burns and Klein talking things over. Klein 1-2 for the campaign, a 5.48 ERA, 15 strikeout, 10 walks, 32 hits allowed in 23 innings pitched. She surrendered 26 runs, only 18 of those earned, like their coach Jeff Aiken talked about in an email to Maddox this afternoon, that's been kind of their bugaboo, similar to what it was for Greenwood, that they can hit it, they can put it in play, but they've struggled a little bit pitching, and they've definitely struggled fielding-wise. They commit about 4 errors a game, and that was evidenced by the fact of the runs and the earned runs allowed as well. So we'll see. Maybe Martinsville can take advantage of that here as that pitch goes a little bit high. Three and one the count now to Elena Lambert. Runners on second and third. Chloe Huff, a leadoff single off the glove of the third baseman to lead off the inning. Ooh. Pacey Lewis, a double to the right field gap.
Full count here for the first baseman, Elena Lambert. And it looks like she's bounced back from hitting that foul ball off of her foot. And she's going to want to get a hit to get Ava Ennis and Pacey Lewis home from second and third.
Oh, almost
she will get a hit.
Caught by the shortstop. It gets through, so there'll be runners at the corners. They'll score that, I'm sure, a hit. That was a hard smash back at the shortstop, Ella Piercy. So back-to-back base hits by the Artesians. And they strike first here and have runners on the corners. North will come in to talk things over. The field for Bloomington North, we talked about the pitcher Molly Klein, the catcher Nat Burns. First baseman Kendall Fights. Second baseman Jocelyn Parrish. Shortstop Ella Piercy. Third baseman Cadence Silvers. The outfield left to right, Kinsley Stanley, Kaylin Higgins, and Sydney Pittner.
And Aubrey Shepard, the sophomore, stepping up to the plate, has a .333 batting average with 1 home run, which she scored last game versus Greenwood, her first home run in her high school career. She also has 2 doubles, 7 RBIs, and 8 runs scored.
Not only her first home run in her high school career, but she's saying it's her first home run ever in anything, travel ball or whatever. And when it hit, it didn't look like it. It looked like she's used to doing it. The thing got out in a hurry. She was 3 for 3 on the game, and a double and a single as well. So I had a really good day at the plate to see if she can continue it here. Kind of the stars aligned on that. You can see right now she's kind of got that upward rotational swing. You see there, and so she caught a pitcher in Taylor Dick from Greenwood who liked to throw rise balls on occasion, and when that rotational swing meets up with a rise ball and you make solid contact, that means the ball's going to get out of the ball yard in a hurry, and it did on a Wednesday. The pitch in the dirt, and that will allow Elena Lambert to get to second base. So Martinsville trying to make something happen here in the bottom of the second inning. Had 3 hits thus far. Leadoff single by Chloe Huff. A double to the right field gap by Pacey Lewis. And then a single through the wickets at short by Elena Lambert.
Aubrey Shepard's going to barely hit that one foul down the third base line. It's going to be a 2-2 count for her. Ooh.
Like she wanted a screwball that time. Molly Klein got away from her, hit the inside just above the knee, it looks like, and that was a tough way to go of it. So
took it like a champ, though.
Yep.
Bases loaded now as the catcher, Ava Pemberton, steps up to the plate. Ava Pemberton, the junior, has a .200 batting average with 1 double, 5 RBIs, and 3 runs earned.
Pemberton will get it just past the glove of the third baseman. 1 run scores, 2 runs score, and sliding into third base safely is Aubrey Shepard. So a 2-run single by Ava Pemberton, and the Artesians now lead it 3-0.
The shortstop, Holly Gallion.
Shepard now at third base. Pemberton moving up to second on the throw. And we're back to the top of the order for the Artesians. They are trying to get a helmet for Holly Gallion. They're throwing them around. We'll update the score here. 3-0, Martinsville leads it. A Gallion to the right side. That'll be good enough to get a run home and advance the runner up to third base. So the RBI ground out by Gallion, 4-3. She will get credit for the RBI.
Your third baseman.
And that's the first out of the inning.
Ave Scholl.
And it'll bring up Ave Scholl. So 4-0 now. Martinsville leads it. Scholl takes the first pitch in for a strike. 0-1. Struck out looking her first time up. Came in 5.56. The freshman. Right back up the middle. And right on cue, a hard hit smash off the mitt of Molly Klein. That'll drive in Ava Pemberton.
Number 16, Carson Pruitt.
And it'll bring up Carson Pruitt. Now 5-0. Martinsville leads it.
And Martinsville has scored all of their 5 runs in this inning. So it was a very productive inning. As Carson Pruitt lines one in between the shortstop and third baseman, she will send Ave Scholl to second as she gets herself a single.
To the right fielder, Addison Massey Deckard.
I'll bring up Addison Massey Deckard. She will be hitter number 9 to come to the plate. Grounded out to the shortstop on a great play by Ella Piercy to get her out. This will be line to the center fielder. Double play, and that's a big out and double play by the Bloomington North Cougars. Kaylin Higgins gloves it in center field, flips on to the second baseman covering for the third out to get Ave Scholl at second, who had kind of wandered off the bag there, thought that was going to get down. That does it for the bottom of the second inning, but the Artesians able to push across 5 runs here in the bottom of the second inning. They do it on 6 base hits. We will head to the top of the third. Martinsville leads it 5-0.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Tell him thank you.
Welcome back to Roden Field as we have an out in right field from the shortstop, Ella Piercy. That will be the first out for the Artesians. As up to bat now, the left fielder, number 12, Kinsley Stanley. Next up to bat will be Sydney Pinter, the right fielder.
A little bunt. Scholl up. Nicely done. Textbook there. Scholl up, came up, fielded a bunt, and a nice strong throw to Pacey Lewis, who was covering. And this is what you like. 2 pitches, 2 outs.
The right fielder, number 22.
For Sydney Pittner, the right fielder. Let's keep it going here, Chloe. Give her a pitch to hit. Let's field it. Let's go into the dugout. There we go. That's it. 3 pitches, 3 outs here in the top of the third inning. Pacey Lewis gloves it. That's quick work for the Artesians and Chloe Huff. We head to the bottom of the third. Martinsville controls it 5-0.
Hi, I'm Matt Wolfert, president of the IHSAA Foundation. Lots of high school athletes here in Indiana have gone on to become collegiate All-Americans. A few of them have even turned pro. But participating in high school sports has helped virtually every high school athlete become a good American. That's because playing high school sports teaches life lessons like the importance of persistence, teamwork, tenacity, preparation, and hard work. The IHSAA Foundation was created to help high school administrators and coaches become more effective role models and teachers, emphasizing values that will help their players become better athletes, better representatives of their community, and better Americans. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to ihsaafoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
Welcome back to Road and Field. It is bottom of the third. And due up for the Artesians is Chloe Huff, Pacey Lewis, and Atlanta Lambert. Chloe Huff gets called for a strike. 0-1 the count for her. Last time she was up.
Singled.
She's going to rip that one down the third field baseline. It will be counted fair, as she will get to first on a hard hit ball.
Nice job by Chloe. She also hit it down that third base line her first time up, just off the mitt of the third baseman. She'll continue the trend, and the trend as well. She led off last inning the same way, like we said, kind of in the same spot as well. So let's see if this inning bodes just as well as the last inning did when the Artesians were able to score 5 runs, and Chloe led off the inning with a single as well. It'll bring up Pacey Lewis. Pacey did a nice job squeezing that third pitch of the inning for the third out of top of the inning, and she just about takes out the pitcher. Pacey ropes it right back up the middle. And runners on first and second now for the Artesians. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third.
Number 12, Elena Lambert.
And Chloe Huff will once again get a courtesy runner, Ava Ennis, who is now at second base after Pacey Lewis is hit to center field. That will go as a single. Next up, we got the first baseman, Elena Lambert.
She had an RBI single her last time up. Also scored a run for the Artesians in that second inning. The weather delay has been good thus far for Martinsville. They played well in the field, in the circle, and at the plate thus far through the first 2 innings. 2.5 innings, we should say.
2-0 the count for Elena Lambert. Runners on first and second. She will line one down the third baseline. It will be foul. That was once again a hard hit ball down the third baseline, much like Chloe Huff did 2 batters ago.
Lambert came in at .500 on the season. It helped it with the hit in her first at bat, but really liked that time. She's able to drop the bat head down on the pitch on the inside out in front of it just a little bit and nearly gets it fair down the third baseline. Lays off of it, 3-1 the count. Let's see what Molly Klein elects to do here. And Lambert lines it into left field.
Ava Ennis will try to score home, and she will be tagged out.
All right, so here's what's going to happen. That's not I'm not sure what's going to happen here. So we've got obstruction called at third base. Let me try to explain this. So the umpire I know the obstruction call came at third base on the ground ball. And he sent her back to third, but she elected to come home anyway. Coach Britton told her to go because of the potential obstruction call, and knowing that she was going to get it and be safe. She's going to be out at home here on the ground out. I'm going to have to look that one up. We'll consult Coach Staggs. He's key on these rules, but, man, I think she should have been safe at home.
She was called out at home. She had to go back to third.
Previous base, but he gave her third. That was why I just didn't really know. He gave her third, then you advance on your own peril beyond that. I don't know. I wasn't sure. But regardless, it's where it is, and Martinsville's continuing to hit. I'm not the umpire. I don't get paid the big money. So I'm not sure. And we didn't mic him up today, so we don't know. Well, we could have talked to him. That's the trend now, and maybe we'll get to that at some point in time. But that obstruction interference rule, and Kayla knew that happened there because she kind of could see there's a collision and then told her to go, knowing that, you're kind of going to go home. If you get called out, you're going to be safe. I guess it's because the run potentially coming across that's why she sends her back there. But as it all plays out, there was a ground ball after that, and there was a force out of home, so there's one out. I'm behind on the count. I'm hoping Maddox is keeping track of what has happened here hitting-wise. But it looks like the bases are loaded here. Is that correct? And
Number 3, Holly Gallion.
We got a strikeout from Ava Pemberton, which will bring up the top of the lineup with Holly Gallion, the shortstop.
we got Pacey here, Elena. Pemberton's a strikeout for
Yep.
out number 2. And so what that all plays out is that Bloomington North may get out of this inning with no damage done. Right? It's 5-0. Nobody's scored yet. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on out in the field. Bloomington North's taking care of business in the field, something that their coach talked about that they hadn't done this year. Artesians had bases loaded, and then there was a roller back on the infield. It came home for the force out. And then Pemberton with the strikeout, and still bases loaded. So Holly Gallion needs to get a hold of one. That gets by Burns. Here comes Pacey Lewis. So at least one run coming across from Martinsville. Now 6-0. And 3-0 the count to Holly Gallion. See if she maybe swings away here. Not. Strike. 3-1 the count. Holly 0 for 2. Grounded out to short, grounded out to second. Like to see her get a hold of one here and drive 2 more in. Slow roller down third. The throw to first in the dirt dugout. Nicely done. Well, Holly's peppered it around the infield, grounded to short, grounded to second, and now grounded out to third. And that will do it for an exciting bottom of the third inning. The Artesians threaten big time, but the Cougars get out of it with allowing only 1 run. We will head to the top of the 4th frame. Martinsville leads it 6-0.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Don't do that.
Back here at Roden Field, top of the fourth, Bloomington North Cougars up to bat. Due up for the Cougars, 1, 2, and 3. Caitlin Higgins, the center fielder. Kendall Fights, the first baseman, and Natalie Burns, the catcher.
Because of the obstruction, that caused her to be out at home, so that's why he sent her back.
That pitch is called a ball on Caitlin Higgins. I believe the count is 1-1 now for her. Last time she was up in the first inning, she struck out. She hits a hard hit ball to shortstop, and it gets by Holly Gallion. Caitlin Higgins will be safe at first.
Well, I was trying to avoid talking about the no-hitter through 3 innings, and I didn't talk about it. And there, the ground ball gets past the glove of Holly Gallion. So the first hit of the contest for Bloomington North, and will bring up Kendall Fights. Struck out looking her first time up. Well, that last inning, Maddox was interesting, and our athletic director, Kip Staggs, went down and asked the same spot again. So first, runners at first and second, and he asked the umpire about what it was, and there was an obstruction at third base, and in the umpire's judgment, that obstruction prevented her from coming home or getting home safely, and since she was tagged out, sent her back to the last base she was safe at, which was third base. So that's how it goes. I thought you could maybe score on those, but he knows a heck of a lot more than I do, so we'll go with that. Nice pitch that time from Chloe Huff to Nat Burns. Burns grounded to short her first time up, 636 on the season. And if you take a look at her helmet, you're going to see the FIU Panther logo on it. Florida International. And the connection, well, she'll be heading there next year to play softball, and that's where Ella Whitney is right now playing softball. Her dad in the Artesian dugout as an assistant coach, and she has played well thus far. She's hitting it really well. She's getting an opportunity to pitch, and according to her father, really likes it down in Florida. But who really, by Miami, who really wouldn't like it down there, except for I think they had 24 inches of rain in Fort Lauderdale like a couple of days ago. So hopefully she doesn't have a car that's sitting out in the middle of the Fort Lauderdale. They had a picture of, wow. There's the power of Burns and Neil Smith, the former Artesian baseball and basketball standout. So first base coach, assistant coach here for the girls softball team. He's out of the dugout. He still has pretty good reaction time down there. He really didn't flint. There's nothing guarding him down there, Maddox. It was just him.
All right.
It was just him. And he was like no big deal. And the changeup that time, Burns just waits on it and rips it again past Holly Gallion. So must be some sort of a ball magnet out there by Holly because each ball has gone out there here to start the top of the fourth inning. And the bases are loaded for Bloomington North. Well, Coach Aiken talked about it, Maddox. He said they've a good hitting ball club, and they're showing it here in the top of the fourth inning.
That's right. And they need to show it as they were down 0-6 to the Artesians. Alyssa Fry, the designated player, up to bat now. She struck out last time she was at the plate.
And that ground ball goes right back up the middle, so back to back to back to back. Singles now. Scores the first run of the game. 6-1 the score.
Number 27, the third baseman, Caden Silvers.
I don't know what's going on with Holly Gallion today, but all the balls this inning are coming her way, and they're just barely out of reach. That is the fourth base hit in a row. That is hit by Holly Gallion. Excuse me.
Artesians bringing the infield in just a little bit here. He got that 6-1 lead. Sure if they feel something's on here, but pitch lifted into right field. Addison Massey Deckard squeezes it. Runners tag at second and third. So Fights comes home for the second run of the inning. And the first out. Runners now at the corners, 2 runs across.
Number 33.
6-2. Runners at the corners now. Molly Klein struck out her first time up.
Now batting number 3, Molly Klein.
You'll hear coaches, players talk about going through the order one time and seeing the pitcher now the second time around. You kind of get a feel for him a little bit, and it looks like at least the top of the order got a feel for Chloe Huff the second time around as they were able to make contact, and we're seeing the fruits of that contact. 2 runs across, runners on the corners, and just 1 out here in the top of the 4th frame, and the pitcher, Molly Klein, an opportunity to help herself out here. That'll be lined into right field, right at Addison Massey Deckard. Throw cut off by Elena Lambert, and another run comes across. So back-to-back sacrifice flies now. And 3 have come across. 6-3 the score. So a productive top of the 4th frame for Bloomington North.
Next up, we have the shortstop, number 4, Ella Piercy, who popped out to the right fielder, Addison Massey Deckard, her last time at bat. That pitch is in there for a ball. 1-0 the count for Piercy. Runner on first, that'll be Alyssa Fry. Ella Piercy up to bat, 2-0 the count. Fouls that one off, making the count 2-1. Chloe Huff may be struggling a little bit this inning. She has allowed 3 runs and 4 base hits back-to-back to start the inning. Nice pitch there by Chloe Huff. 2-2 the count. The Artesians have regrouped a little bit as 2 balls have been hit line drive to the right fielder. Both caught. 2 outs now. The Artesians are going to look to close this inning up. Pop fly foul ball to Elena Lambert. She will not grab that one. That ball is hit, popped up to the shortstop, Holly Gallion. That will be the 3rd out of the inning. The Cougars being a little destructive, score now 6-3. And we will go to the top of the 5th after this.
On 4 hits, bringing the score. Don't do that.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Back here at Roden Field, Ave Scholl up to bat. She will ground out to the shortstop.
Number 16, Carson Pruitt.
Have we had walk-up music the whole game and I just have not paid any attention to it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Man, 51 years old, Maddox.
Carson Pruitt now up to bat. She's had herself a pretty good night at the plate. Last time she was up in the second inning, she had a base hit. And in the first inning, she had a double. Hard hit ball that I thought was gone between the center and right fielder.
Thought that was in there for a strike, but
As did
no,
I.
sir.
Hard hit ball to shortstop. She will be grounded out. That's the second ground out for Ella Piercy, number 4, out at shortstop. 2 outs now for the Cougars as the right fielder Addison Massey-Deckard is up to bat. That pitch is in there for a strike 0-1 at the count for Addison Massey-Deckard. Owen to the count now for the right fielder. Last time Addison was up, she hit a pop fly to the center fielder in the second inning, and in the first inning, she grounded out to the shortstop, Ella Piercy. Strikes out looking on that one. Great pitch by Molly Klein. One, 2, 3 inning for the Cougars. They're looking to get the ball rolling. Next up, we got the top of the 5th. Artesians up, 6-3. Back here at Roden Field, Kinsley Staley up to bat in the top of the 5th.
Oh, wow. All right. I'm not sure what happened there because
Neither
I
am
couldn't see
I. I
it.
was hoping you were going to say that.
So, did the ball hit her bat?
I believe
Again?
I think she bunted it and it fouled and went behind the catcher.
But did it,
Pedersen.
I mean, she bunted, but did it hit the bat again? Did it hit her?
I don't know.
And she was out of the batter's box. Is that what happened? Okay. I didn't see it, but that's why she's out. So that was quick work. We've had a lot of plays here that had a little bit of judgment calls on. Had an obstruction call that I'm still like studying up on.
Number 20, Caitlin Higgins.
Had a runner called for hitting in fair territory, I guess, after she bunted it, but I'm not really sure. But we'll call her out.
Not sure how to write that one in the stat book.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna. I'm just gonna write it out and try to remember that's what happened. A lot of runner interference, but
Top of the lineup now for the Cougars. The center fielder, number 20, Kaylin Higgins, up to bat now. In the 4th inning, she had a base hit, and in the 1st, she struck out. We'll see what she can do here as she hits a high fly ball to the shortstop, Holly Gallion. It's going to be bobbled by the left fielder, Aubrey Shepard, who ran in all the way to the infield. Holly Gallion maybe should have called that ball hers, as Kaylin Higgins has a single.
Number 6, Kendall Fights.
so we'll put it down as runner's interference for that one out, Maddox. Start off this inning.
Copy that.
That one will
Watch the
probably put out
cars.
an error. Yeah. Last year we were here and the auto shop windows took a beating last year.
I was there for that.
Were
I
you
was
there
actually
for that game?
I wasn't on the call, but I was walking by the auto shop windows. I heard something break.
It was the foul ball that time hit a car, bounced up, and hit a window. Speaking of bouncing up, that's the throw to first base, but it bounces up into the middle lane to Lambert, who squeezes it to end the top of the 5th. The Cougars get a base runner, reaches on an error, but is left stranded. We will head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Martinsville leads it 6-3.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
It's like we have a new pitcher for Bloomington North.
Number 6, Kendall Fights.
Kendall Fights, the pitcher for the Cougars, as the lights have come on here in the press box. That makes a big difference.
It does make a big difference. I can see everything. I think one of them's flashing at very fast speeds. It's reflecting off my paper.
I thought
It's
I
making my
did
head
when
hurt.
he first turned it on. I thought that we had some lightning going again. But Kendall Fights 1 for 3 on 1 for 3. Wow, 1 and 3 on the season, a 5.87 ERA. 18 strikeouts, 15 walks, 39 hits in 22 and 2/3 innings. She surrendered 37 runs, but only 19 of those have been earned, so she's been bit by the fielding bug behind her that Coach Aiken talked about. But first pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. And going back to last inning, we got a clarification that the leadoff hitter that time was Kinsley Stanley. She attempted a bunt, and then the ball hit her bat again when she dropped the bat. So you can't have double contact with the bat, and that was an automatic out. Umpire did his job, calls it a dead ball, automatically calls her out. And that was the start to that particular inning.
The pitcher, Chloe Huff, up to bat now. In the third inning, she had a base hit. And in the second inning, she had a base hit. Decent night for her. Smacks that one over the shortstop's head. She is in there for a single. And an error by the left fielder will give her at least a double.
So that'll go down. There's a single and a
Error.
Yep, on the left fielder. But the result is like a double. She winds up at second base.
Coming to bat, number 5.
You are going to be a professional scorekeeper after this season, Maddox.
We're getting everything here tonight.
You're going to get called in to do Little League games and keep people's books, man.
I would decline that offer.
Pacey Lewis will step up, 2 for 2 for the Artesian second baseman. A double and a single. Couple runs scored as well. And the courtesy runner out there, Ava Ennis. 2-0 the count. With the balls and strikes, correct? Hey, when he gets a chance, he may want to level. It looks like his camera's not level. See the fence in the background? But don't have him do it until later.
Pacey Lewis swings on that one. 2-1 the count for her.
Two and two now the count to Pacey Lewis. Kendall fights on to pitch this inning for Molly Klein. 2-2 offering. It's in the dirt. Gets away. That time Ennis winds up at third base.
Two and two the count for Pacey Lewis. Runner on third, no outs.
That's the changeup that time by Kendall Fights. And it was a pretty good one, but just hung it high. And Lewis with the walk. So runners now at the corners.
Now batting number 12, Elena Lambert.
Elena Lambert, the pitcher, now up to bat. 2 base hits and a run scored in the second and third inning. Runners on the corners, no outs. That first pitch is a ball as Pacey Lewis will steal second. Catcher Nat Burns not offering to throw her out because there's a runner on third. And she will likely advance home if they try to throw out the runner who just stole second.
Ava Ennis at third base. That Prospects Travel helmet. Promptly or proudly displayed down there at third baseline. Fights comes plateward. Jams Lambert right there. And got a new catcher as well. Burns has moved to third base, and behind the plate is Jocelyn Parrish. So there's been some changes. The looks like Molly Klein moved to second base. Burns at third. The drop third strike. First out of the inning.
The left fielder, Aubrey Shepard.
So that'll bring up Aubrey Shepard for the Artesians. I have no idea what that song is.
It's a great song. Can't believe you don't know it. Aubrey Shepard in the third inning got a base hit, and in the second got hit by a pitch in the knee, I think it was. Took it like a champ, though. Ran to first.
Runners at second and third. Two and 0.
Hey, tell Brayden to change his gain on the side of his camera to M.
Runners on second and third. The left fielder, Aubrey Shepard,
The switch on the side of his camera.
up to bat now.
So he's probably never done it. That's on the side.
That pitch is in the dirt. 3-0 count for Aubrey Shepard. And if I'm head coach Caleb Britton, the third base coach right now, I'm telling Aubrey, do not swing. Try and get a walk. Try to get the bases loaded. She does what she's told, but that one's in there for a strike right down the middle.
Left side right there. Yeah, gain down at the bottom of it. Okay, switch to medium. There you go. Yeah. We'll probably have to go out of center field here.
3-1 the count for Aubrey Shepard. Full count now after that pitch from Kendall Fultz.
Payoff pitch. Ground ball to the right side. That should score one. It does. The flip on to first base as we have all sorts of substitutions for the Cougars. But an RBI ground out. 7-3 now the score.
The catcher, Ava Pemberton.
And I'll bring up Ava Pemberton.
Ava Pemberton has a base hit and a strikeout in the second and third inning.
First pitch in for a strike. Pacey, Lewis, Nat Burns. A little contact down there, third base side. Ground ball to shortstop. Throws on to first to retire the side. The Artesians, though, score one here. Bottom of the fifth. We'll go to the top of the sixth. Martinsville leads at 7-3.
Hi, I'm Matt Wolfert, president of the IHSAA Foundation. Lots of high school athletes here in Indiana have gone on to become collegiate All-Americans. A few of them have even turned pro. But participating in high school sports has helped virtually every high school athlete become a good American. That's because playing high school sports teaches life lessons like the importance of persistence, teamwork, tenacity, preparation, and hard work. The IHSAA Foundation was created to help high school administrators and coaches become more effective role models and teachers, emphasizing values that will help their players become better athletes, better representatives of their community, and better Americans. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to ihsaafoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
Top of the sixth inning. Cougars are back up to bat.
Now batting the catcher, Nat Burns.
Nat Burns, the catcher, now the third baseman, up to bat. She had a ground out to shortstop and a base hit. Last 2 times she was up to bat. First pitch in there for a ball.
You're fine. Remember when I told you guys when we were putting the cameras out here out in center field to not get caught on the barbed wire? Did we
Yeah.
not have that conversation?
Oh, no. You got caught by the ball wire. Oh, man.
Hopefully you have your tetanus shot. Oh, you're good. You're good, Jace. I mean,
Jason's getting scared of it.
most people don't get tetanus, even if they do get. I mean, you're good. Go home, put some or we get the trainer up here if you want. They can put some peroxide on it. We'll record it.
Let's do it.
Like when we'll record them drawing that peroxide on you. And
Give you $5 if you have no reaction.
yes.
That stuff burns, man.
You want me to get the trainer up here to bandage you up? Took a little bit off of it that time, does Huff, and gets the outside corner. See, we get the count from the umpire. We were talking up here, not paying any attention. 3-1 the count.
Fouled down the right field line. Full count now for Nat Burns.
You said right field line.
I apologize.
We're having
I
this.
meant
I'm
left
trying
field
to.
line. I
I'm
thought I
trying to
said third
mount
base
here.
line.
I'm going like I'm putting up my L up to
I
show
thought
that
you
it
were
was
pointing
left.
to Quinn or something.
Hey,
I
I
don't know.
know. Yeah.
Line drive to Holly Gallion.
About time she gets a chance to get one
Yeah.
right at her, though. In the 4th inning,
Number 33.
the
designated
Cougars
player,
hit
Alexa
everything
Fry.
just out of the reach of Holly Gallion.
Yes,
that
they
time,
did.
though, that was probably one of the hardest hit balls they had, but it went right at Holly Gallion for the first out of the inning.
Alyssa Fry up to bat now. He's designated player. Has a single and a strikeout this game. She lines one to Holly Gallion, who will ground her out at first for the second out of the inning.
Number
Seems like Holly
27,
Gallion still has a magnet.
Yep.
Just a little bit stronger magnet going right to her this time.
Yes, sir.
Cadence Silvers up to bat now. 1-0 count after that pitch. She had a pop-up to the second baseman and right fielder. Her last 2 times at bat. See what she can do here. 2-0 count now.
Now 3-0 the count.
Cadence Silvers probably getting a take call from her third base coach, meaning do not swing, like we had with Aubrey Shepard last inning. That one's in there for a strike. Cadence Silvers listened to her coaching. Did not pay off.
Now 3-1 here, so still looking for your pitch in your zone.
Ground ball right back to Chloe Huff. That's the third out of the inning.
All right, so
No, it's not. What's going on today? We're just having a bunch of calls.
I saw he called an illegal pitch, I think.
How?
Well, he put the arm out, so you saw him make the call, puts his arm out. We've seen a lot of stuff. I'm going to say it's
Yeah,
an illegal pitch, and I'm not sure what he said she did, but I think it had to do with she separated her hands twice. So, like, you come set, you can't take the ball out, put it back in again, and go
Number 3, Molly Klein.
when you're on the rubber. So right now,
Sounds like a
once
stupid
she
rule.
makes contact here, she puts the ball in.
Did she just do it again?
Well, I mean, they stepped out of the on deck circle here. So let's watch here.
So she comes in.
There she is. Now she
She
holds
only
it. Goes
separate
sit.
once
Yeah,
to pitch. Got it.
yeah.
Ground out. 5-3.
And that'll end the top of the 6th inning. Well, we are learning a lot here in softball. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Martinsville still leading it 7-3.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Don't do that.
Back here at Roden Field. Bottom of the 6th. Holly Gallion up to bat now, the shortstop. That pitch is a ball. Holly Gallion batted 3 times tonight. And it was 3 outs. She grounded to the third baseman, pop fly to the second baseman, and another ground out to the shortstop. We'll see what she can do here. Hard hit foul ball towards the parking lot.
Kendall fights on for her 2nd inning of work. Molly Klein started the first 4 for the Cougars. Artesians able to really do a lot of their damage there in the 2nd inning. Score 5 runs. Got 1 in the 3rd and then 1 last inning.
Another hard hit ball down the first baseline.
And trickles in foul territory down right field.
I said first baseline.
I know.
I was right.
I know you were
I
right, but I was
sat
just
there
trying
and
to
thought about
add
it for a
on
second.
that it was
Right.
right field and not left field. That's a little bit high. Got away from her a little bit.
2-2 the count for Holly Gallion.
Ave Scholl, Carson Pruitt also due up this inning for the Artesians.
Ground ball back to the pitcher. She'll be out at first. First out for the Cougars.
You know all these songs.
I do.
Do you know
I
the
do
name
know.
of this song, or you just know like the
Nope,
beat to it?
I know the beat.
Yeah.
I know Aubrey Shepard's walk-up song, Family Ties. That's on my playlist.
All right.
It's a great song.
Now, who sings Family Ties?
Couldn't tell you.
Oh, okay.
Maybe, I think it's Kendrick Lamar is featured,
Okay.
and normally I would know this, but you're putting me on the spot. It's called Family Ties. because the rapper who sings it and the guy who is featured, Kendrick Lamar, are actually cousins. So family ties, you know.
I get it. Do they talk about or do they rap about family ties in the song?
Of course they do.
All right. That's good. It's got a good beat to it.
Yep.
All right. I thought you'd get some help over here on what was family ties, but
I can look it up real quick.
all right. Ave Scholl, though, a ground ball, reaches via the air.
Number 16, Carson Pruitt.
Apparently there is a show called Family Ties, which is what just pulled up, not what I meant.
Like apparently there's a show, Family Ties.
I didn't know there was a show called Family Ties.
That shows your age big time.
I'm sorry. Baby Keem. Baby Keem's the rapper. I was going to say Baby Keem, but I didn't want to be
You know who Michael J.
wrong.
Fox is?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Maybe. Heard of the name? Recognize the name?
Have you ever watched?
Oh, boy.
I can't remember now. So, you're familiar with the movies Back to the Future?
I am.
All right,
Yep.
so he is the main character, Marty McFly.
Okay. Yep.
All right.
Got
And
that.
Family Ties, he was Alex P. Keaton. That's where he made his name. The show
okay,
Family
okay.
Ties. So
I wonder if Family Ties is played in Family Ties. Probably not.
no,
Wasn't
that
out then.
was a long time ago, Max.
Well, that's why I haven't watched it.
I know.
It was
but
a long time ago.
I was just really surprised that you didn't know there was a show called Family Ties. I mean, I shouldn't be
apologize.
surprised. But
When was that show made?
when do you want to guess that it was made? When it first came out?
1978.
Close.
Really?
Close. 1982.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you were.
Not born. Wasn't born for about another 20 years.
Was your dad even born then? He was.
I
He was
believe
like
so,
3,
yeah.
4. How old is your dad? Do you know?
47? 48? I don't want to get it wrong.
He's gonna. If he was listening, he would text you right now and
He
tell
would.
you. Right back up the middle by the Artesians. People are gonna wonder what we're talking about here. They've tuned out of the game. And
Yeah, I haven't looked at the field in a hot minute. Been looking up Family Ties by Baby Keem.
The show and the song. So Carson Pruitt, a ground ball back up the middle. And so Carson being the designated player, Jada Montgomery, the flex will come in and run for her. The Artesians runners first and second base. Just the one out here bottom of the sixth inning. Man, I'll get it straight. Looking to get some insurance runs here. We'll check with Mr. Craigie. I believe that Ave Scholl reached on an air. Mr. Craigie, do you have Ave Scholl with an air, reaching on an air on the second hitter? Yep, E6. That's what we thought. Mr. Craigie, it's always great to have him up here. He keeps the book
I
as
thought
well.
that was a 3. I was confused. I was wondering why you're writing your 3s like that.
Pitch in the dirt to Addison Massey Deckard.
Last 3 times she was at bat. Ground out to shortstop. Pop fly to center field. And a strikeout. All of those outs being the 3rd out of the inning. Sort of bad luck here.
Oh, nice.
Great field by the shortstop. Addison Massey Deckard will be safe at first.
Ella Piercy doing a nice job at that shortstop spot. Comes up limping a little bit. Get those slider shorts on. She goes to her left and stops it. Decker not robbed this time. Massey Decker not robbed. Gets an infield single, and the bases are loaded now with just the one out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Popped up on the infield, and they called infield fly rule that time. You'd have had another one too if they would have. She would have happened to have dropped that. So, infield fly was in effect. So 2 outs now, and it'll bring up Pacey Lewis. Just pops out to the first baseman for out number 2. 2 away now. Runners on every base here in the bottom of the 6th frame. Martinsville looking for some insurance runs. Pacey's had a good day, 2 for 2 officially. double, single, and a walk. Couple runs scored. Got that batting average above 300 now on the season. Made a couple of plays in the field as well. Going to the right side. The right fielder watches it up against the fence. That will score one. Coach Britton tells Massey Decker, to turn and look and listen, and she stays there, and Pacey Lewis with another double.
Number 12, Elena Lambert.
So a 2-run double. 9-3 now for Elena Lambert. Lifted into center field. Center fielder Kaylin Higgins, a beat on it, gloves it to retire the side. But the Artesians get a couple of insurance runs here in the bottom of the 6th. We'll head to the top of the 7th. Martinsville looking to close it out. They lead it 9-3.
Don't do that.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Number 4.
We are back here at Roden Field, top of the 7th inning. Cougars up to bat now. Due up 6, 7, and 8. Molly Klein, the shortstop now at the plate. I lied, the second baseman now at the plate.
Popped
Catch it,
up.
Greggy.
She got it. One away. Ava Pemberton gloves it there for the first out of the inning. So one away. She grounded out to third to end the 6th. So Piercy pops out to start out here in the 7th inning to the catcher. You have to tell Quinn to make sure he pans to follow all that next time.
The batter is Kinsley Stanley.
Going to bring up Kinsley Stanley for the Cougars. And she grounded to the third baseman, and then she also was called out with the runner's interference. Yeah. Stanley was the one who tried to lay down a bunt. She does that here, and then she dropped her bat, and the ball hit her bat again, so she was called out. We've had an obstruction call. We've had an illegal pitch call. We've had the infield fly rule put into effect, even though the fielder didn't drop the ball, so they didn't have to really invoke that, but the calls it out. They could probably pull this live stream up and show future umpires, and it would be good training material. Nice pitch that time by Huff. Pops the mitt here late in the game. Love to hear that. 1-2 the count. Nobody on, 1 out. Fouled into foul territory. That's redundant. Fouled off down the left field line. Into the bleachers.
Thank goodness these lights are working on the field. It is pitch black outside.
But isn't that cool, though? I like
It
the
is
setting.
cool.
It
I
is.
think it
You
is
got
cool.
the nice of the
Yep.
dark background, no lights in the background, just the lights on the field. And it's a good thing it's a Friday night. I don't know that I'd like to be here on a school night,
Yeah, I would not.
but this late. But for a Friday night, this is pretty good. Or a weekend game. A.J. Harmon's late today. Yeah, I mean, the game's already happened. Ground ball to to Elena Lambert. He gets to first base just in time. A little nonchalant there. Fields it, takes it 3 unassisted for the second out of the inning. And it'll bring up Sydney Pinner. So now Maddox Martinsville 1 out away from ending this one.
I just got a text from my mom saying, "Oh my gosh, you just said apparently there's a show called Family Ties and go low on Dad's age."
I had this exact same reaction. You tell your mom that too.
How am I supposed to know what Family Ties is? Man, I don't know.
You can go home and watch it on Netflix.
I'm not going to do that.
I don't think it's on Netflix either. You like it. It's
I watch
best
Friends.
show ever made. Yeah, Friends is great.
Friends is pretty good.
Yeah. Need some help here from the umpire because we haven't been paying attention to the count.
No, we have not.
1-1. We will go with 2 outs. I'll get the scoreboard correct here. Chase Malin doing a good job tech directing over here, running back and forth, taking care of our outfield camera as well. 1 and 2 the count, we should say.
We are 1 strike away from ending this one here.
So we approach the 9 o'clock hour. Got started a couple hours late, lightning in the area, but pitch just missing. Artesians struck for 5 runs in the second, kind of blew it open there. The 5 runs, 1 in the third, 1 in the fifth, and then 2 more in the sixth for their 9 runs. Cougars got all theirs in the fourth. Couldn't quite get to it. Still 2-2 the count. Are you diving for that one there, Maddox?
Nope.
I mean, okay.
If it was a little bit closer,
Maybe.
I might die for it, just
Okay.
just considering the circumstances.
Right.
Because if we get this out, we go home. But, no.
Fly ball to Addison. Massey Decker, no need to dive there. Right into the mitt. She squeezes it. That will do it. The Artesians win this one 9-3 the final. 6-4 now on the season for the Artesians. 2-6 for the North Cougars. This has been a student production of WREP 15 Sports, the MHS Rewind YouTube channel, and IHSAA TV. Students in the broadcasting program at Martinsville High School responsible for producing the game here this evening and staying overtime. Braden Haupt, along with Quinn Sparenbleck, ran cameras. Jace Malin produced it for those students, and Maddox Dilley, my broadcast partner. I'm Eric Meyer. We'll see you again next time. Martinsville with the win here, 9-3 the final.